Welcome everyone to the Mastermind Book Club. Tonight, we're going over a special book. It's called Traction by Gino Wickman. Gino Wickman has given us a product on how to build our business, but our business doesn't necessarily have to be 100, 1,000 people. It could be a one-man show. It could be a three-person team or more, whatever it is. If you don't start out small, how are you going to get to the bigger side? And I want to make this review very simple because right here in the table of contents is everything we need to know. That's how simple this review is going to be. So let's just look at the title. I'm not going to talk long about this, but the entrepreneurial operating system, what is it? The entrepreneurial operating system is the method, the system that you're going to develop through what? Hold on one second. Let me just mute some line that's giving feedback here. Well, we'll figure it out. The entrepreneurial operating system is the system that will produce money for you. Most people don't know that, but in order for you to make the big bucks, you've got to handle little jobs elsewhere. All right, it's not going to be 100% done the way you were doing it, but if you can get someone to do it 80% as good as you were doing it, it should be okay. I'm in that process right now, hiring someone else. I'm in the process. I have a few people under me. I don't hire them on a full-time basis. I have them on a part-time basis. And every time I hire, I produce a little bit more. Are you doing the same? Probably not, but that's what you got to do is figure out that entrepreneurial operating system. Letting go of control, what we just spoke about. You want to control everything, you're not going to get everything. If you let others take over some of the controls, let's say become your chauffeur. I mean, wouldn't it be lovely to be driven around? Yes, I love it. When I go to Dominican Republic and every chance I get, I have someone else drive me. It's wonderful. It's like, yeah, like being in a Uber or something like that, but it's a little bit more different because the driver becomes a little bit more personable. Is your business stuck? What is your business? Right? Do you know what it is? Do you know where it's going? Why not define your vision of where you want your business to go? That's chapter 3. Define your vision. Most of us don't define it. Have you written it down on paper somewhere? Have you reviewed it? I've written it down on paper. I usually was reviewing it quarterly. I've stopped in the last 6 months and I'm going to start again because that's how powerful and important it is to review the vision of whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Managing people effectively. How many people are you managing right now? Are you managing one? Meaning yourself? Because if you're not able to manage yourself, how are you going to manage others? I have a few people that I manage. As a matter of fact, I didn't speak to any of them today, but I will speak to them either later tonight or tomorrow. Managing people will only get you the possibility of managing more and more people. Manage people effectively, manage people more effectively, because if you are able to manage them effectively, you're able to delegate and give responsibilities to others that you were responsible before. The data component. Accountability and data go hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
Accountability and data go hand in hand, right? What does that mean? Number one is, what are your key numbers? Now, the author talks about giving a 1 to a 1, a 2 to a 2, a 3 to a 3, a 4 to a 4, a 5 to 5. I didn't follow that. I don't remember exactly what that was. I'd have to listen to the book again, all right? But I'm not here to learn every single detail of this book. What I'm here to tell you is there are numbers. What is your monetary goal for this year? Is it to reach 10,000? Is it to reach 100,000? Is it to reach a million? Make it realistic, right? If you want to reach a million, how much do you have to make on a monthly basis? $82,000, $84,000, somewhere around that, probably on a monthly basis. That's probably very close because 8 times 12 is 96. So that's why I picked 80, 82. So I'm just a little bit good with numbers, and I'm certain that you can be as well. There's nothing like the numbers game. Accountability and the data component are about numbers games. How much is it on a weekly basis? Does anyone know? 21,000? Does that give you a hint? 21,000 times 4 weeks is 84,000. So you got to make 20,000 a week in order to get you to that goal of getting $1 million in a year. How much is it on a daily basis? 20,000 divided by 7, just a little under what, 3,000 a day? Just a little under that, 2,800 maybe, 2,900. The reality is accountability is a numbers game. How many people do you want to hire? I want to hire close to 400 people eventually or more. Am I getting there? Am I pursuing it? Yes, I'm looking for someone to hire right now. It's on a part-time basis, but it's going to get me to my goal, right? Reggie and I spoke last week about land. Land, I'm attempting to build, and he said, that's a good thing. Most people will talk about it, but they won't actually do it. I'm in the process of laying down a foundation, getting the architect to give me a drawing, and so on. I don't have all the money yet, but I want to do it within the next 5 years. Within the next 5 years. Do I have a plan? It's written down of what I want, but I don't have a solid 15-step plan to tell you right now. I do have a plan that will get me there. This is all accountability, by the way, that we're talking about. And it can be applied to whatever business you're attempting to do. Resolving issues. What are you doing to resolve issues? Sometimes you just have to stop doing whatever you're doing and resolve a problem in order to get ahead in your monetary goals. Whenever I stop to attend my wife or my kids, I get ahead. I don't know how it works, but I just get ahead. I remember when I was working, 14, 16 hours a day driving. And I said, man, I got to stop this. And this was 12 years ago. I got to slow down. I stopped working weekends. I stopped working Tuesdays and Wednesday and Thursday afternoons to take my kids to baseball practice. And boom, I started making more money in less time. So it's all a numbers game. It's all a numbers game. It's not that you have to work much more. It's that you have to work smarter, right? Resolving issues is about what we just spoke about. It's not about working more. It's about working less and smarter. Sometimes what you don't see is what's going to get you the better return. And I didn't know I was going to get the better return, but I knew what my goal was, right? Improve your problem solving skills. The only way to improve your problem solving skills is to take the time to solve problems. That's the only way to do it. We just spoke about it in investing just before we came on to this recording, right? If you're not improving your skill solving, how are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? You're not. Even if you pay the top guru to invest, and if you don't know how to solve your own problems, you're not going to get there. Sorry. You can give me millions of dollars to learn how to invest, but if you don't apply yourself, you're not going to do it, right? Documenting the process. Well, as I said earlier before this recording, I document certain investments that I follow on a daily basis. I see where they're at, where they're going, what they did during the day. Tracking, that's what it's called. This is part of the accountability process. Document your processes, getting traction. I don't remember what this chapter spoke about, but what I can tell you is this. The more you apply what we just said, especially the accountability part, you're going to get ahead. Implementing the EOS, the entrepreneurial operating system, is the bottom line. Now, I've brought you a simple sheet here that you can all follow. I don't know, can you see my screen right now where it says accountability check-in worksheet?
Yeah.
Can you see that? Yes? All right. See, at the top it says follow-up action from last session, right? We don't have a last session. This is your basic accountability sheet. You're going to go over this once a week. You need to take an hour. This is what Gino Wickman says. I've done it. I know the power of it. And I know that the ladies here that do the meditation have always inspired me and are in my heart, because I need to follow them to be able to produce like them, right? What do I mean by that? Meditation, or taking time out, is the most productive form of getting ahead quicker. This is accountability. If you're not taking an hour out of your week to think, where am I now? Where am I going? What did I do last week? What didn't I do? What do I need to get done? How in the world are you going to get this done? So this is the follow-up action from last session, meaning you're going to put here the 3 things, maybe 4, that you need to do to get your business ahead. What's the status? Is it in progress? What's the first thing? What's the second thing? Put them in order, all right, by sequence. Which is number one? Which is number four? You've got to put them in order, not just in any order, meaning you want the house of your dreams, number one, but then the last thing is that you're going to do is work. Is that going to happen? I don't think so. That's not going to happen. Right? Topics discussed. This is more for a meeting if you're in a business, but if you're on your own, creating your own business, you've got to talk to yourself or you've got to talk to your one-man team, your two-man team, maybe somebody's part-time. These are the trigger questions right here, right? The first one mentions religious. How has God blessed you this week? If you don't have God in your life, I don't know, and you're completely lost. But one way or another, even atheists have God in their lives. Why? Because they're just so afraid to accept God in their lives that the reality is that they have to reject him so that maybe he'll come and show up and reveal himself to them. I don't know how to explain it, but the reality is most atheists out there are just they have the main excuse saying God doesn't exist. Why? Because if God it does exist, he will come out and show his face. And that's what they want. They want to see God. I don't need to. I believe. I believe, and we're going forward. What were your obstacles? What new opportunities have presented themselves? What new struggles have arisen? Did you accomplish what you planned to? What resources did you need to be do you need to be successful? What have we not discussed that we should? Are these the best questions out there? If you formulate and listen to this video, you're going to develop a very powerful 2-page accountability, weekly basis accountability, 2 pages, because the other page is just like a quarter or maybe even half, right? These are the action, the things that you're going to do and what the due date is, and put them in order. What's the first? What's the second? What's the last thing that you want to do? Your next appointment, the next week that you're going to meet with yourself. Start out with 20 minutes and work your way to an hour. That is what I recommend. This is the review of Traction by Gino Wickman, a very powerful and effective book that can be utilized with the simple methods that I just described. If you want a copy of this PDF right here, send me a message. Send me a message either through Messenger, through wherever else I post this on YouTube. Send me a message. You'll find me somehow. I'm not going to give it away just like that because it requires work. We all do the work in this group. We all listen to these books. No matter how long we get, we listen to them because they're powerful. That's it for today. This is the Mastermind Book Club signing off. What I want to let you know is build your knowledge account and your money will grow multiplied. Your life will grow multiplied. Your happiness will grow multiplied eventually. Maybe not today, or maybe you do have it already and you understand the power of being happy. Take care. Many more blessings to you. Have a good one.